There.
All right.
Good.
Let's get started.
Okay.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of our podcast, which, as of right now, does not have a name. So hopefully by the end of the episode, we'll come up with something or other. Or maybe you can suggest something. Because, I don't know, just Run to the Movies podcast just doesn't quite... I don't know, Run to the Movies sounds amazing, but the podcast part kind of, I think, takes away from that.
Yeah, we need something that more clever and witty than that. You gotta work on it.
Runcast, something. I don't know.
Ooh, that's kind of...
Yeah, but it sounds like something someone cleverer than us would have already thought of earlier, and probably has a run cast.
And it's probably for running.
Yeah, there's probably... So, folks who don't know who we are, we run the YouTube channel Run to the Movies. I am Max.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Toy.
We've been doing Run to the Movies for a little over 2 years now. In April, Toy, it was 2 years for your first video, right?
Oh my god.
Maybe April 14th, and about now should be 2 years for your first video.
Yeah, my first video was in the summer. I remember it was like June-ish, I think. Early June. Yeah, so it should be about 2 years.
Yeah, amazing how,
Wow.
I thought you were, before me.
No, I don't think so.
Oh my god.
No, I think we started, around the same time. Yeah, April to June sounds about right.
Yeah.
Because I was staying at someone's house watching their dogs in the summer, and I remember Max picked me up from there.
Oh.
I remember.
It was not too far, just a couple mile drive.
Yeah.
Closer than the place I picked you up today.
Yes, exactly. Different dogs. See, it's 2 years, and I'm still staying in people's houses watching dogs.
So originally, I started Run to the Movies on my own as a way, I've tried different things over the years as a way to get over my, social anxiety or stage fright. I had, a stand-up comedy phase in my life where I was, then I had a musician phase in my life. Then I had a different YouTube channel phase in my life, which is better forgotten.
I'll never forget them.
Well, no one but you will ever see them. Baby Boo.
Yeah. Oh, she'll remember.
And then, so I thought, some years, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I was looking at YouTube when this video came up, and it was titled something like, My Friend Watches Star Wars for the First Time. And I watched a little bit of it, and my first impression was, this is really stupid. Why do I want to watch somebody watch something? And that was the end of it. And so time went by, and then one day YouTube recommended another reaction video. I don't remember what channel. It was a Star Wars reaction video, and I watched it, and I'm like, this is amazing. This is the best thing ever. It's like I'm seeing the movie for the first time over again with a couple of fun people. It's like the people in the video and we were in the living room together watching the movie together. This is awesome. I want to do that. And now we have Run to the Movies.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly didn't really get the purpose or the demand for a channel like this initially, but I can say I don't really watch reaction channels on my own time, but with what I've seen from the comments from people, it really makes sense why people enjoy it, especially sometimes I get it, I don't really want to socialize in real life with real people. You want a social element, but you don't want to have to be around people. I've been there, and I've seen some comments from people like that where it's you want people around, but you're not in a place to really be going out. Or sometimes people they didn't have kids or grandchildren or something, and they want to show them a movie, but they can't do that. So then seeing younger people watch a movie that they enjoyed, decades ago, they really like that. So I see the purpose of it now, and it makes me really enjoy doing it because then I can relate to who's watching the videos and what they're getting out of it. So
I thought it was the weirdest thing ever too. I was no way. What? People are watching these? This is real? I was so confused. I was I do this. This is what I used to tell people I do. I was I actually do this, and I show them the video. They'd be that's what you do? And I'm yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm well, why not? People are starting to watch other people eat and listen to the crunch and stuff. Why not? I mean,
hey, it's more normal than
watch
that.
A movie, right? Now it's why not watch somebody watch a movie?
I guess there's a video for everything, so I can totally see, but I never heard of that before. People watching people, cooking videos, yes.
Oh, yeah, no, it's really popular now. And they have like super high quality mics that are like close to their face, so you can hear all the noise.
ASMR for people making like scratching sounds, because someone who like makes ASMR videos was talking to me about like what equipment to use, and they use the same brand, the microphone we use. Supposedly these are like the best for picking up every sound, which they are, because they pick up every creak of the chairs. That's why it's so difficult with the chairs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. No, those things are like super common. I've seen some like pop up in my feed. I definitely don't look for this stuff either, because the noises, like that high quality, that close up kind of grosses me out. But I've seen like people do it with like dogs, or like make a meal for a dog and then put one of those mics right up next to them.
Oh yeah, like the cat and stuff.
Yeah,
stuff.
Exactly. Yep, that kind of thing. It'll be like pets. Like,
if I make a meal for Happy and I give her a microphone, that'll be like a 2.5-second video, if that.
Oh yeah. She eats fast.
For her 5-year adoptiversary, I got her a dog cake. It was like it's like this big bone-shaped cake made out of peanut butter, and I'm like, okay, something that'll be like she will enjoy for a little while. That joy lasted for like a second, and then another cake.
I'm not surprised. When I was watching her one time before I gave her one of those dog ice cream things, and she like ate the cup it came into. I was like, "You're crazy!"
Oh my god.
Yeah, I always cut the ice cream out of the cup and I put it in her bowl.
Smart.
Because most dogs, you hold the cup and they lick the ice cream. Yeah. That's the purpose of it, I think. But with Happy, that's not happening. Like, you lose your hand.
Yeah, she's like, no, there's still ice cream attached to that cup. I'm going to eat it, so thanks.
Then again, I get where she's coming from. Like, after I've run for like more than like 10, 15, 20 miles, I kind of feel the same way. Like, it's edible, it's going in my belly.
Yeah.
I get it. Maybe we make a channel like that and call it like Run to the Bellies.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Oh, Happy would love that. She loves whenever she gets treats.
So I thought of like a name for a podcast like that would not just run, like something that will be similar to Run to the Movies, that people know that's us. It could be stupid. Like, I like a stupid name would get people.
Yeah.
So I like a stupid name would be a good idea.
Running my mouth. I'm thinking of like different contexts that you would use the word pod. Like, I'm thinking of like an escape pod. I'm trying to brainstorm here. Or like a pod of dolphins is a thing.
Oh my gosh.
Peas in a pod. I don't know. These are basic concepts that we can build from, maybe. I don't know for sure.
I like the peas.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. Peas in a pod.
But there's no Run to the Movies in that at all.
No, at all. Just the same number of words. That's the only connection.
Yeah, exactly. There's like no other connection there at all. Not the best idea, but like some kind of pea pod situation. I don't know.
Pea pod. Sounds like a porta potty. We were just talking about porta potties before we started filming. And the other thing, I don't know about you, but as a runner, people have this misconceptions that when runners get together, all we talk about is running. But in reality, when runners get together, all we talk about is pooping.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Why?
There's nothing more important to a runner than dropping a deuce. There's nothing.
Damn.
Because one wrong thing with that, and you had the worst day ever. The less you know about the details of that, the better.
Oh, I've heard.
Notice, like, we're talking about running the movies and something, and I steered the conversation towards number 2.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
That's how it works. It's gonna come up, I guess. I don't know. There's that guy that's like really popular in memes right now where he's like, I'm gonna lock in and bust out those spreadsheets. And you know that guy who's like really like the locked in corporate worker guy who's like, wake up, time to grind. We're gonna go extra hard at work today. And he's just like, people are like, he seems like an NPC or something. So he's like, just like super excited about going to work. But he's actually like really wholesome. There was an interview on this one like YouTube channel I really like, Channel 5 News. And they were talking to him for a while, and I guess he ran the Boston Marathon, and he was like super close to finishing, and if he made a pit stop, it would have like destroyed everything. with his time that he wanted, and he like peed his pants, and he was talking about like peeing his pants during the run, and he was like, but it was intentional, like it was a choice to pee my pants. So yeah, this seems to be a very common topic for people who run long distances.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I saw a video a little while ago about like different weird things actors like to do in their movies, and everybody knows that Tom Cruise runs in every one of his movies. That's one thing he always does. He sprints, and he has a really weird running form in movies. But one thing that somebody pointed out, that Tom Hanks has a scene that he pees in almost every movie for some reason.
Interesting. I haven't noticed that.
So,
now I'm gonna pay attention to every Tom Hanks movie I watch. The pee scene.
Well, I don't think we've done any Tom Hanks movies and run to the movies yet.
Well, did he pee in Saving Private Ryan?
I can't remember.
Actually, I don't remember, but I think so. I remember that video had a scene from Saving Private Ryan.
I know he peed in the baseball movie. What was it? League of Their Own.
Yeah, and also in like, Forrest Gump has a really famous pee scene.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing to talk about, but yeah.
I know why.
There's a famous pee scene in every movie.
But anyway, so we started talking about how we started running to the movies. So
yeah.
So I started. So in the beginning, it was just me. I set up a spot in the other room, and Happy joined me for some videos.
Aww.
And one thing I found is that, well, like all of us know, once cameras turn on and you want to record an intro, like your tongue gets tied. Like it's just something about it that makes you like you just can't get the words out, and so like a 2-minute intro would take you like an hour for some reason.
That's me.
But
not
some
Hannah.
people, like Hannah, you can bust out an intro just like that.
I don't know. It's one of my secret skills, I guess. I didn't know that was a skill I had until I started doing this. But it's just like, once I know what to say, I can say it pretty quick. I think this is just like kind of related to how I just talk so much that it just happens naturally, where I'm like, my brain's just like, I'm gonna spontaneously improv and put words together and it's gonna be fine. But yeah, thanks guys, I appreciate it.
I made an ad on Craigslist. I didn't think anyone would respond.
Yep.
But in the beginning I had a few people respond, and then the first person who filmed with us was Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
She moved out of state, but she was really sweet. I thought those were great videos. They're not on channel anymore because I didn't know what I was doing as far as editing back then, so they're awful, just awful. So I took them off, but she was a really, really sweet girl, and those were fun reactions. She had some really funny things to say. And then Amber came after her. And I think, Tori, you and Amber overlapped. Like, I wanted the two of you to make a video together, but then she had an accident, she couldn't. She was a really sweet girl, and she had grown out Mennonite, so she hadn't seen any movies.
Oh, wow.
And so she was a perfect person for reactions.
Yeah, I remember whenever it was like, people were still used to her being on the channel, and then I came on, there was a comment on one of the videos early on where someone said, "Is it true that Hannah is Amish?" And I was like, I see where you got the idea that someone else was Mennonite who was on the channel and you got your wires crossed, but no, I'm not Amish. And you were like, no, that was someone else. And she wasn't Amish.
Yeah.
Similar, but different.
Super, super sweet.
Yeah.
Girl. She's great. I remember her reaction. Her first movie she watched was A New Hope. And when Luke takes out the lightsaber and the lightsaber starts glowing, she was, I always thought it was going to come out, but it just stays. And everyone loved that. She was really wholesome and really sweet. And then she had some kind of tragedy in her life, which she's doing fine now. Like, we keep in touch sometimes. And she's doing great. She actually wrote a book, which I linked in one of our videos.
Oh.
So I'll link it here if our viewers want to check it out.
Yeah.
She's really awesome. And then Toy came along. And Toy, how did you get started with us?
Someone found the ad for me and was like, "Hey, look, you would be so good for this." And I was like, "Really? Okay, I'll try." And I've gotten like a couple like people have sent to me, but this one was the only one that actually I did something.
Yeah.
Like you always hear from somebody like responding on Craigslist and then nothing ever again.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh my god, they're serious."
Yeah, this is real.
And then I came here, and he was just Max was telling me, like just react, like don't be quiet, like in a movie theater type thing. Just do that. I'm like, okay, I kind of do that, but at the same time, I was scared. And then, so like, I was reacting like normally, but then I was like, wait, I'm scared. Like, should I talk more or less? I was just like so nervous, but it was so much fun. I saw Event Horizon. That was the craziest thing I ever seen.
I love it.
And I already play video games, so I was like, oh my god, this is just like this game.
I remember in that video, so Boo was like on your lap and you were squeezing her, like, because you were scared, and then she left. And you were scared and there was nothing to squeeze.
Oh, yeah.
And then Boo came back and you go to her, Boo, where were you? I needed you like 10 times.
Oh, yeah.
Where have you been?
I thought it was a really every reaction has like some moment that becomes memorable. And it, to me, is like those moments where you just say something off the cuff that is just ludicrous or super funny. That for me is the heart of reaction videos. Is like seeing someone just come up with a out of the blue joke. Like, I know a lot of people want to watch reaction videos because of like the emotions and stuff, but I like the humor. I like people when reaction videos just have off the cuff funny things.
Yeah.
So I think we're really lucky, like with our group of people here at Run to the Movies, because no matter what someone watches reactions for, whether for that or for emotions or we have something for everyone.
Oh, totally. Yeah, Tori's facial expressions. That's one thing that people are always commenting on. And I don't think you're probably more like expressive in your face than I am. I don't know. I think
I'm
do
just
that.
goofy as
Yeah, but Tori definitely makes like the faces that people are like they're here to see, like her facial expressions for sure. It's okay.
Tori is just such an expressive person. It's amazing. Like I knew from her first, I knew she was nervous on her first video, but even then, I knew like she was the right person because of how expressive she was and how strong her reactions were. She dialed up to 11 with like how excited she gets or like how surprised she gets, and it's all genuine. Like sometimes you watch a reaction video, and if it's someone who's reacting as an actor, you sometimes don't know 100% whether it's exaggerated. But with Tori, it's 100%. That's Tori, like off camera, just the same.
Exactly. Yeah, you can tell it's genuine with her.
Tori says some off the wall stuff. It takes me by surprise, and she'll sit there serious about it, and I'm laughing at it. She's like, "Well, yeah, am I wrong?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it from her sometimes, and then she'll just say something, and you're like, "What did you just say?"
No, we're super lucky, and the thing is, there's so many reaction channels. They're also amazing. Like I love watching reactions. So, and Hannah, what was your first time like?
Yeah, so similarly, I found the ad on Craigslist myself. I am a chronic Craigslist browser. Same with like Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. It's like a problem. I'll just like browse it, even if I'm like not looking for anything in particular. I just look all the time. And in particular, I was looking through the gigs because I was like, maybe I'll find something to like not like, I don't know, something good to do over the summer. I was trying to like do more gig type stuff and not work like a 9-to-5 job over the summer. And I saw this opportunity and I was like, yeah, try that out, see it. Because like I definitely am the type where like you were talking about Mystery Science Theater the other day being like the first like reaction type channel thing. And my mom and I used to watch Mystery Science Theater all the time and talk about how that's basically us. We're like the peanut gallery. Like we can't shut up whenever we watch something. Yeah. We're always like cracking jokes and like talking the whole time to the point where like other family members are like, can you guys be quiet? So, that's like, I was like, oh, I'd probably be good for this kind of thing. Cause I already naturally kind of commentate when I'm watching stuff when I'm at home. So yeah, I did a Zoom call with Max to make sure that he wasn't a serial killer. And then, filmed, and the first thing I watched was Inception, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember I learned very much about Boo's shedding that day. I remember I was wearing a black shirt and a black skirt, and I was like covered in her hair because I was just like, oh, Katie, like petting her so much. And I was like, I'm covered in cat hair. But I had a similar experience as you, Toy, where it's like, I was like definitely compared to now like nervous.
Yeah.
I didn't think I felt that nervous, but like you put a camera in front of yourself and it's like it feels weird. It's like, wait, am I talking too much? Am I not talking enough? And I think I didn't talk enough because I was like holding back, thinking like, oh, it's gonna be a little too much. And that's always like a weird thing to sort of balance. Like even today, like I'm not as like nervous or insecure about like if I'm talking too much or not enough. But I know still it's like you're always gonna get comments on like one side or the other. Where like, you know, sometimes people like don't want to hear you talking the whole time. So yeah, that's a difficult balance to strike. And I was a little nervous, but I started to like find it really fun over time, and it's like good downtime from academic stuff too during the school year where it's like, okay, I can like know that I'm taking like a couple hours to just like hang out and do something more fun, and like it's a good reprieve from academic stuff for sure. That's been my experience, like, whenever I first started and realized, like, oh, yeah, I definitely enjoy being part of this community.
I think I was more afraid of Max than the cameras.
Maybe that's terrifying.
No.
I mean, I still am kind of scared because...
What is it?
Because, like, I mess up so much and I'll say the most outlandish stuff and I can feel Max in the corner.
You can sometimes feel him look at you. Yeah, I get that.
I can feel it. I'm like, oh my god, he hates me. I can feel his eyes burning. But in the beginning, I was like, you know, like, my first time, I was like, am I doing it right? You know, like, I was just more Max than the camera, and now it's like still Max, but at a different level. It's like, oh my god, Max is gonna kill me today. I feel it in my bones. Hi guys, welcome back to Rosemary.
You're like, today's the day. You're gonna be like, Toy, your time's up.
Or he just gets so he's like, no. One time he did it for me and I just mouthed his words.
Oh my god.
I was like, let's just use that as the intro.
I mean, I understand. It's really difficult to do it. Some people can just do it, like you can do an intro. Mm-hmm. Also, for example, Vero does all her intros in one take.
Wow.
That's impressive.
She has this on-camera charisma that like, is very rare to find in a person. She's
witty for sure, and you can tell she's very comfortable on camera. She does all the acting and stuff too.
Yeah, her movies are amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's the reaction community, and the one thing I found is in a lot of other YouTube spaces, there's a lot of competition. Like, for example, I knew someone who ran a fitness YouTube channel, and she was telling me that she feels like other people who make YouTube channels, instead of working together, they would make videos about like how, well, he or she is wrong because he or she was using rubber dumbbells to show squats. Like, and then I saw it myself. There was one fitness YouTuber. He made an entire video about how awful this other fitness YouTuber is because he used fake weights in this video. But my thought at the time was, you can't film something in one take. You have to do 1 billion takes. Mm-hmm. Now imagine, like, okay, so you're showing somebody how to squat 100 pounds. You can squat 100 pounds. Can you do it 20 times?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you can't. So to make good video, you have to use fake weights. And so you, other guy, you're just being a dick for views.
Yeah.
But in the reaction space, there's none of that. Everyone, like, friends with everyone else. Everyone gives, like, other channels give us advice, and we give other channels advice how to edit your videos, or how to set up your cameras, or how to this or that. It's an amazing, like, it's such a friendly community of people who, like, really, like, are fond of each other and watch each other's videos and comment on each other's jokes and things like that. That's one thing I really love about the reaction community. So there's so many great channels. I don't want to name a bunch of them because I feel like if I name some, I would feel guilty for not naming others. But like there's so many reaction channels all run by wonderful people that we really love. And so folks who are watching this, you know, hopefully you watch them too and give them your love. Some people may not understand how much work goes into making our videos. Like, it may seem like just a couple of people sitting and watching a movie, but in the process of making a video, the actual filming is maybe like 5% of the effort. Everything else is all the work that happens after the fact to get everything done and ready for the screen. I had no idea what I was signing up for when we started this. I had no idea that like within a month of starting this project, I would have a second full-time job.
Yeah.
And now more than a full-time job. Like, and we have multiple editors working with us, and still it's a full-time job for me.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that too, even from just like the sort of like camera presence side. Because like whenever I tell people about it, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do like watch like 1 or 2 movies, and it's like they imagine they're like I'm gonna meet someone later or something like that. They're like, oh, okay, so you'll be done in like 2.5 hours if it's like one movie or something like that. And I'm like, no, like there's a lot more involved. Like with starting, you have to like do the intro, and that maybe takes a couple of takes, and then like there's also bathroom breaks that happen. You film the movie. Warm-ups, yeah, and then you also, like, after that, have to do the end movie discussion, like, thing, and if there's, like, end credit scenes, you have to sit through the credits to watch that, like, with the Marvel movies. In addition to that, like, you know, sometimes we have to, like, replace the ice in the summer, and that takes a minute. You know, there's all sorts of stuff, and then the pictures at the end, all of that, and then, like, also sometimes trying to find, like, other times that you can schedule to film with other people, like, in the moment while you're both there, so you don't have to, like, do texting tag, like phone tag. So it is a lot more involved, like in the moment too, than I ever thought it would be. And like engaging with people online for like premieres and like commenting on YouTube videos, which I'm like not the best at because it becomes so much. And like sometimes I just like, if I'm not in a good headspace and I see some of the comments, I'm like, I don't even want to look at it because I know what I'm going to see, and I don't want to snap on someone.
I don't mind it. I like talking to people. It's just sometimes it does become like a lot. Like it's a lot.
Yeah.
But
yeah, definitely. And like it's kind of surprising. Like not so much the hate, but like it is like kind of like it's just a unique experience, and it's not like a bad feeling at all. But like when there's a bunch of people that you don't know them on the other side of like their commenting name and stuff, like. Being like, I love you, like, you're awesome, and it's like,
I love
thanks.
you too.
I love you, but, like, it gets kind of, like, I don't know, it's hard to describe, like, it's, like, awesome, and I really appreciate all those people, but it does become, like, oh my god, like, what did I do to deserve this? I just, like, feel weird. It is kind of strange, definitely.
To really make a good video, like, it's not just, they just watch a movie. It's actually pretty tiring to go through a reaction to make sure you verbalize everything. It's a project for everyone involved. And then for editing part, you have to process the footage, edit together. Now, making the Patreon version of the video is relatively straightforward. You have the intro, the outro, and the video. The most difficult part is if we make pauses, you have to splice them together so that movie continues without interruption. That's why we always rewind a little bit when we pause. So I can splice it. And then the Patreon video is nonstop. So somebody who watches along with us doesn't have to stop. So I've made mistakes before and I didn't cut out a pause. And then people would give me crap for it, which I deserve because I should have done a better job with those videos. Yeah. And then the YouTube edit is a massively difficult process. And it's nowadays I've come to the point where I can have a video. If I had worked really hard, we could film and I could have a video on YouTube in a week. But that would mean really hard work throughout the week to have the video out. And that obviously, I have a full-time job and I have a cat and a dog, and I don't know how people who have more, like, I feel I'm lucky because I just have a cat and a dog. I don't have like
children,
a wife or a girlfriend or children, all of those that require your time. But how people who have entire families do YouTube, that's why like the YouTube Reddit is full of people who are like burned out and are like, I don't know what to do. Like, I didn't realize it was this much work. Like, I'm drowning. I spent all my day doing YouTube and do nothing else. It's like taking over my life.
My friend sent me some video essay the other night. She was like, here, if you want to watch something, middle of the night, because I was watching Norman, the dog who, like, can't really leave him alone or anything. So I'm like, all right, I gotta just, like, hunker down and watch, like, YouTube and stuff the whole time I'm watching this dog. And she was like, here's a video essay for you. And I started watching some of it, and the person on the channel said, like, oh yeah, I first started writing this script and I've been doing this for like so long, and they were saying like in the first version of the script, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't even imagine the amount of work that goes into something like that.
Well, even Tori, like you make Instagram reels, and that's so much work.
Oh yeah, I mean a little bit, like that one that we did together with the makeup thing that took
that took forever,
like all night.
Up and it was like, fuck it, just leave it the way it is.
Yeah, we noticed there was one mix up.
So many.
Yeah,
well, it was like 2, I think.
Yeah,
it was not even that.
Trying
big,
to stand in the same position. Whenever a video cuts and then being in the same spot again without there being like a shift where you can tell. But then you did that one like edit like thing, the transition between the clips that made it like less noticeable.
Yeah,
that was genius. Yeah, that was a good solution to that. But yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into that too, to be honest.
Yeah, those are fun.
We gotta make more.
I know, right? Jeez, that's so fun. Now we have a podcast.
Yeah, that was my first time making reels ever. Was when I made reels with you, so it was fun.
Oh,
I was like,
yay! Yeah,
I've never made reels or TikToks or anything like that, so I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
A lot of followers after those reels too.
Let's get some more
in a week with you.
Woo, let's get you some more.
Right? Oh my god, it's crazy.
It's amazing as we talked about. There's like the reels, Instagram, etc. If you were to go back, if someone went forward in time, let's say somebody Captain America himself, like 20 years, that would be so lost that what we talked about. Like someone from 2005 would have no idea what we're talking about right now.
Oh no!
And this was only 20 years ago. Like, and I like looking back, like I have memories of something sometimes I have memories of something I did 20 years ago, just like yesterday, like a thing that happened, like I locked myself out of my car. And I remember the entire thing. But now thinking back to it, this was so long ago that there was no such thing as social media. Like now social media is everything. It's like that this thing that happened that I just think about all the time because I did a stupid thing. It happened before the social media thing existed. I had a flip phone. I haven't seen a flip phone in person in like a decade probably.
Yeah.
But it's amazing how like what we do, this thing here, is such a relatively new phenomena. I was watching a YouTube video about like there's now YouTubers who are retiring, people who worked an entire career doing a YouTube video videos, and now they're retiring. That's how long the platform has been around now. That's amazing.
That is crazy.
I want to do that.
Retire. Yeah.
I want to retire from YouTube.
Be successful enough on YouTube to retire off of it. That would be pretty cool.
Nice.
Well, maybe one day.
That's a dream to have, definitely.
Yeah, who knows? You know, we're honestly, we've grown. Like I beyond any of my wildest dreams, I didn't imagine our channel will grow to the point it is now. At this point now,
no,
I thought
me
it would
either.
take a lot longer.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was going to take forever.
Yeah. No, because when we started, I think it was like 1,000 maybe subscribers, maybe. Because I remember then we celebrated 2,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we celebrated. That was
with RoboCop. Oh.
Yeah.
It was the three of us too.
Yeah, look at that. And now we're at like almost 33,000. I think.
We are.
Yeah.
It's just about like a couple of hundred off, I think.
That's amazing. Everyone's so awesome for watching the channel and subscribing.
I know.
Yeah, everyone watches, likes, subscribes, comments. You guys are amazing. Like every single person is appreciated. And it's sometimes like you were saying, that's like the imposter syndrome. Like we read these comments and I'm like, these people. Or sometimes I look at a video and how many people watched it and I'm like, I live in a town that has fewer people in it than people who watch this video.
I know, yeah. It's like, you can't even, like, really wrap your head around, like, that number of people in one space. Like, I was thinking about, like, how much trouble it was to get out of the venue at Bonnaroo. I was in line for, like, 2 hours trying to leave. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I guess there's, like, 80,000 people here, so that makes sense. And that seemed, like, crazy that there was that many people there, but it seemed right. I just couldn't even like fathom the number of people there. And then there's videos that have like over 100,000 views on them, and I'm like, how does that? I mean, it happens clearly because the numbers are there, but it is wild to like really fully wrap your head around it.
Yeah, and one thing that also really like sometimes it can become a grind with the editing, preparing. or dealing with the mean comments. But what really sometimes helps me want to do more and more is like when I watch reaction videos, sometimes watching a reaction video will turn my day around from like I had a crappy day and then I would watch a reaction video and I'm having a really great day. And knowing that there's someone out there right now who's watching one of our videos and that video is helping him have a better day.
Yeah.
Like that's like, considering how many views we get, statistically, it's quite likely that right this second, somebody's having a better day because they watched one of our videos. And I think that's incredible. Somebody somewhere right now is enjoying the day better because of something you said, or something you said, or something Tori said, or something Abby said.
Yeah.
That is just amazing.
Yeah, no, that really is awesome to think about, especially with the numbers. You're right. It is probably like at almost any given moment during the day, someone is watching one of the videos, which is crazy to think about. Like, already is. I remember that first time, and like the only time so far, I got like recognized in public, and it happened to be someone like on the streets in Philly, like with a like microphone, like the like megaphone thing, preaching about something or other. And I was walking with Abby, and he pointed to me, and he's like, "She's on YouTube. She's a YouTuber." And it's like, like not. Of course, this is the person who would say something to me. It was like someone who's like preaching about all sorts of wild stuff in Fashion District. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, thank you, sir. Like, I just keep walking. I'm like, oh no, he could have been. And he said it in like the megaphone too. I was like, don't do this. It was still wild though. I was like, that was not the person I would expect at all. And of course, like as fate would have it, that would be the person. It was so funny. I was shocked. I couldn't get over it at all. I was like, that's absurd. I can't believe that just happened. Yeah, I really enjoy knowing that like a lot of people watch the videos and, you know, get enjoyment out of them.
And then there was a comment to it that someone said his little girl really likes your videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was really cute.
Elsa May and Milo.
Aww.
That is so cute.
At that moment, I was like, I really do have to work on my cursing.
I need to be a good role model.
Yeah. Because before I had to work on it already. I used to cuss up a storm. And then I was like, okay, it'll be funny to like mix in words instead.
You're doing great. Like, I feel like you're like son of a biscuit eater. I think the first video I noticed that in was your Robin Hood Prince of Thieves reaction, which I love that video. Like, we've made so many wonderful videos. That's one of my favorites because it's a movie that's so bad that it's good. That, like, those are the best reactions.
Yeah.
And I thought the reaction you did to it is great. Another one I really love is Romancing the Stone. It's one of my favorite videos because when it first started, Tori, you expected, this sweet little romance.
Yeah. And that was the first time Hannah said it.
What? Oh, when I said there's something bad gonna happen? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I was wondering what the first time was. Thank you for remembering that.
That was the very first time.
Because someone just started watching our channel that I know and like messaged me like in the middle of the night when they were watching one of the videos. They were like, something bad's gonna happen. I was like, stop. That's my catchphrase. I was like, sometimes I can just tell predictably if a movie's going too happy. You can like sense that like there's something bad is gonna happen.
You. Every time I feel that moment, I think of you in my head. Like, I swear, if I could edit the videos that you guys watch on here, it's like I would put in like a Jedi looking version of you. Something bad's gonna happen, and then you fade out, and it would just
like a hologram version of my face. I was imagining something like that too. Like whenever someone's like daydreaming in a show or movie and there's like a little like misty version of like, I don't know, someone saying like some advice to them in the past being like, you know, in their head, like something like that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone has like a catchphrase they end up saying. Like, some that's gonna happen. Tori has like, whenever there's a weird thing, she goes,
what are you?
Yeah, she does say that a lot.
I think it's what are you and literally is the most.
And sometimes worked out where I could add like little things like Hannah, when you and Tori were watching Princess Bride, and they go to the machine, and the guy goes the machine, and then Tori says the machine, and then you say the machine. Now, I knew I had to put in.
Oh yeah, the guy.
Yeah, Bert Kreischer's The Machine. So I found him saying The Machine in exactly the same cadence as you do, and I inserted it. And I was glad that some people picked up on it.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, I love things like that. There's little Easter eggs in the videos.
So just the cadence at which you said the word made me think of a specific comedy bit where he said it exactly the same way. So it worked out really perfectly. And I think there's a lot of overlap between like a good reaction, in my opinion, is about funny, and so like having a sense of comedy adds a lot to a reaction. We kind of got off track. We started talking in the beginning about what are we going to call our podcast. And we did not come up with a name. So our viewers, if you're watching this on our main channel, then we probably haven't come up with a proper name for our podcast yet. So if you want to leave that in a comment, maybe, I don't know, Boo to the Movies, or I don't know.
Oh!
Something like that.
Oh my god. Wait, yeah, the cat thing could be really good here.
Mm-hmm. She's the star of our show.
She is.
I'm convinced that a fair portion of our viewers come to our channels just for her.
They do. I've seen comments about like, where is she? If she's not in the video. It's like, it's okay. She's usually on the floor right in front of us if she's not on our laps.
Mm-hmm. Like right now, she's over there.
She's right in front of us right now.
Which is, I just finished editing the Patreon version of Revenge of the Sith. That's going to go up soon. By the time this video comes out, it would have already been out for a long time. And there's a spot, Tori, where you put the Darth Vader mask on her.
Oh, yeah! Oh my god, it was her little paws were poking out like this. It was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
So I was able to include that in the video. You'll see what
Aww.
Yeah, it's all about, and every so often there's a comment like something like, "This is a movie reaction, not an animal shelter," or something stupid like that. But at this point, like, you know, if you don't want to see the cat, go somewhere else. How can you not love Boo? Like, that is not.
It makes me laugh how bothered people get.
I know. It's like,
don't touch your hair.
I was just about to make a comment about that, and I was like, my gears are turning in my head right now of like how to capitalize on that, because people say it all the time. And I saw in a recent video that got published that it was really nice whenever I see like this kind of thing happens where like someone says something mean, and then people who like support the channel are like defending in the comments. And I'm like, oh, because I saw like the top comment whenever I pulled it up on my phone. It was like, why do you touch your hair so much? It's so annoying. Like, you should stop doing that.
Just like,
and like,
for my body.
yeah, and then I saw like, so there was like, you know, a handful of likes to that comment because a lot of people say it, so a lot of people agree. But then there was like 4 other comments like defending me, being like, you're not used to people watching every single movement that you do. I'm sure there's something that you do repeatedly that, you know, you're like, you wouldn't want to be criticized for. It's like, I don't know, it gets like kind of hot under the lights and like my hair sticking to me, and I'm like, oh, hair? Like, yeah, long hair. I'm gonna move it. I'm like,
to move.
Someone else said they actually do like watching me play with my hair, and I was like, oh, thanks. But yeah, no, stuff like that. Like, people do say like the drinking game comment, which is really funny.
Yeah,
where it's like, drink every time I touch my hair, or every time Tori says literally. And we should like make a list of like stuff like that for like Run for the Movies drinking game. Because it would be so funny.
Me when I go, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta keep up. Yeah, chug whenever I say something bad's gonna happen.
Maybe we'll make an official Run to the Movies drinking game.
Right,
yeah,
like
exactly.
Drink responsibly.
Yeah, exactly. You can like do non-alcoholic beverages if you want, you know, get crazy, take shots of Gatorade. Something fun. Remember the first time I ever saw someone defend me in a comment was, oh gosh, someone said something about like, because I don't know if it's just like my face or what, my mannerisms. I smile a lot even whenever there's like something serious happening in a movie. It's just whatever, it's just who I am. I'm not going to apologize for it or act different. And someone was like critiquing that. That's another thing I see all the time. And it was at the point in time where like I would even like respond to comments like that. It was like early on when I gave someone a response being like, this is just my personality. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. People like different personalities. Like, I'm a very smiley and bubbly person. It's just how I am. Like,
I am too.
Whatever. Like, it is what it is. And someone else made a comment about that part of my personality, and then one of our like fans there, like, copy and pasted my, like, response to the other person, put it in quotes, and put Hannah at the end of it. And I was like, you're quoting me in my own comment section? Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I loved it. It was so sweet. But yeah, people, they're always going to have something to say. And it becomes funny after a while. Whenever you hear one thing so much, it's like, yeah, I guess you're right. I never noticed that about myself because I don't, like, look at myself on a camera all the time.
YouTube takes the number of comments into account when promoting videos. The more comments, the better. So we decided to leave them. And, like, in the past, I would have deleted the hair comment.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess it worked out because a bunch of people responded, giving us more engagement.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do delete them still because some are still... There are some that are just over-the-top obnoxious and so disrespectful. Like, I don't know how people live like that. But then, so a few days ago, Reddit recommended me a post. Reddit has a section for, like, best of updates.
Okay, yeah,
and
yeah.
So this woman was saying, I don't know what to do. I just found out that my husband is an internet troll. And so she said what happened was her husband is a sweet, great guy. And one day he left his computer on, and it was on some wherever, Reddit or something. And he was just commenting mean things, like just calling people names, like
they enjoy that,
fat or this or that, like just. And she was appalled, like he's such a nice guy. Why is he doing this? And it kept on happening. So she brought it up to him, and he said, "Well, it's just my stress relief." And so eventually, like I don't remember how the story went, but eventually they ended up getting divorced.
Yeah,
it's quite possible that some of the trolls who say the mean things for us, they're perfectly they act like the nice people to people around them, but this is their way to like release their inner asshole. Like your anonymity, so you're true. You can be your true self. In the real life, you're a total d-bag, but you can't be like that in front of people. So you take it out on people on the internet. And I never thought about it until I thought about it, but didn't quite verbalize it to myself until seeing that post.
Yeah.
So,
no, that's really true.
So something that one YouTuber said, I saw some months ago, he said, a comment is more about the person leaving it than you. Nice people say nice things, mean people say mean things. And so if someone says something really mean, it's just, that it's his problem, not yours.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have a hard time, not taking the comments too hard because we worked so hard. I could do a video that I spent a week slaving on, and then we release it, and then someone just types up something really mean, like these girls are dumb or something. Yeah. Like that. I'm like, they are in front of the camera, putting their personalities out there in front of you. This is not an easy thing, and I just spent all this time editing this video, and your responses are, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
I'm like,
okay, because when we go out to the bar in public, they want to fuck.
Oh my god. Yes, it's really funny. It is funny because I'm like, wow, I've never heard negative stuff like this in person.
Yeah, right.
Interesting how you say it behind a keyboard now. Yeah.
It's like that South Park episode.
Which one?
Randy did it, I think. A South Park episode. He wanted to go home and be the troll. He was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think I see, GIFs of that all the time in comment section.
Oh.
Yeah, the whole, keyboard warrior thing.
I thought Cartman would be the troll.
No.
He does have that energy, though. He definitely, Cartman is very trollish. You were doing the Cartman voice the other day. I don't even think you, recognized it. I was like, you sound like Cartman right now. You were like, it'll be good. I was like, it was a Cartman voice sometimes.
There was one moment where I added the Cartman picture onto a video specifically because of that.
It was the Terminator.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was Kyle. I was like, God damn it, Kyle. That's how he made me feel.
Yeah, true.
Get up.
Folks, we're going to try to make more of these episodes, and hopefully everyone is going to be in them. It's next to impossible to get everyone here at the same time, but we'll have different combinations of people in videos, and we'll talk about different things. We'll talk about the movies we've seen, or life, or meeting people, whatever we want to talk about. So hopefully you'll enjoy a bit more of a look into everyone's personalities.
Yeah, and leave comments too if there's anything that you think of that you want us to talk about. Leave a comment. That would be cool. to see what we should talk about. So we're not just the only ones brainstorming. Because your side of things, we can look through and like
stuff too. Yeah,
it's
a lot easier than trying to get to every single one. So
yeah, exactly. Oh, totally. Oh, that would be fun, like doing like a Q&A thing or something like that, kind of like how we do on the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, we have the last 2 live streams we had the boxes from Try Treat, and they sent us another one that's been sitting here for 2 months now.
Oh god!
I hope it's not totally stale. So we need to
do that ASAP.
What I was thinking is, if we can't get everyone here together, there's no way. So maybe we should do it in the podcast. The next episode, we should open the Try Treat box.
Yeah, I'd be down with that. Awesome.
Well then, thank you all so much for watching, listening, whatnot. Maybe by the time you hear and see this podcast, we'll already have a name for it.
Yes. That would be cool.
All right. Well, we'll see you then, and hopefully we'll see you in our reactions too.
See ya.
Bye.